the notifications will go back out to our followers like they did last time. So
you got maybe a 25% chance that happens.
Yeah,
it's YouTube, so we never know.
One of the
Taco Podcast.
Is Taco Podcast live? Taco Podcast is live.
Taco Podcast surprise. See how that shows up. A surprise guest. Even she.
Yeah, I get it. Surprise. This is what happens.
I'm not going to show up anymore.
What do you mean you're not going to show up anymore? Yeah, you're on a podcast. Okay. So, Dawn, why don't you tell us a little bit about your horse?
It's a horse. It has 4 legs.
Oh my God! Come on. Tell us about your horse. Is it big? Is it like a big giant horse?
She's not.
Does it smell like a horse?
Of course, it smells
Dawn,
like
that's
a horse.
not a horse. That's a puppy.
Yeah.
That's a puppy that I want to adopt. My horse is a paint mare. She's 15 hands-ish.
What?
She's a paint mare.
She's a paint mare. No, you had one guess, but they're gone. So.
That's so sad.
So.
Nobody wants to. You bored them. They already left.
Don't listen to your brother. So she's 15 hands. Now the measurement of hands originated from actually measuring up that way. But what's the?
Is that true?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's where the measurement came from. But it actually has a standard now.
Yeah, it is. That is true, and I did know that. I don't like talking.
I had no idea. So do they measure other things besides horses in hands?
No.
Just horses?
Yes.
You can't say like that person is 30 hands, tall.
Well, you could, but people would just look at you like you're weird.
Also, a person wouldn't be 30
people look at me
tall.
like I'm weird anyway.
Okay, hon. Dawn's horse, for frame of reference, Dawn's horse, a whole entire horse, is 15 hands. So a 30, if something was 30 hands, like you just said, it would be monstrous.
Bigfoot is 30 hands.
Oh, Bigfoot. Yeah, okay.
Possibly could be true.
No.
We've never really measured Bigfoot, so
Why
we don't
not?
know.
So, because Bigfoot's not real.
Bigfoot is real. Just because they haven't captured him doesn't mean he's not real.
There is, as of yet, no solid evidence to support Bigfoot existing.
What kind of evidence do you need?
Bigfoot.
You want an actual dead Bigfoot. Then therefore you want to kill the last remaining Bigfoot.
There is evidence that Bigfoot exists, though.
There's no solid evidence that Bigfoot exists. Now,
so is there solid evidence that Jesus existed?
No. It's very hard to prove that something doesn't exist, which is why the standard is typically proving that something does exist. Now, I will say, though, that I've actually, we discussed putting together a curriculum for a while. And
Bigfoot?
We did actually discuss putting Bigfoot into a program, modern cryptology. The idea behind the program was supposed to be a combination of urban mythology, pseudoscience investigation, and then obviously geology and geography, because the idea is that we would actually be taking kids to the area. We would literally go on a Bigfoot hunt, and we would discuss how do legends begin. Is there actually any scientific basis for them? The fact that you can't actually say that Bigfoot doesn't exist, because it's really hard to prove a negative. Anything can exist. And, we would work the kids through that. And then ideally, they'd be out in nature. They'd be enjoying some stuff. They'd be, hunting a Bigfoot. And
yeah, but when it comes to things like Bigfoot, for 200 years, people said that there was no deer in Vietnam. And then we had the Vietnam War, and then the soldiers returning were all like, yeah, there are deer in Vietnam. And they're like, you're lying. Just put the speed down, and they didn't believe them. And then they actually found them. they're half-sized deer, but they're real deer.
Which is an excellent example of why it actually is disingenuous to say that Bigfoot doesn't exist. Because maybe Bigfoot does exist.
I think he is. I think he's just, one, he is the master of hide and seek.
There is more unknown in the world than there is known.
True, and I love that, especially the ocean. Like, we study so much of the ocean, but there's so much of the ocean we don't know. Same thing with like some of the forests that we can't get to, which I don't want us to ever get to, but eventually they're going to develop it. It's going to piss me off, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good idea. It's a good idea for humans to remember that we have been geographically isolated from a lot of places for a lot of time, and that getting into them may wind up being bad for us because there's diseases and stuff in there that we've never encountered.
Mm-hmm.
And
there's also plants and critters and bugs, and which the bugs are the
We
reason.
need to exploit everything.
No.
Yeah. Let's dig up the Arctic Circle. See what's underneath it.
water.
Could be aliens.
I think it's just water.
Aliens.
I'm
Could
pretty
be
sure it's
aliens
water.
underneath there. We don't know.
Could be, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be just water.
You don't know that. Could be aliens.
Oh, it could be aliens. No puppies for you.
Look at how cute they are.
No puppies for you.
Why not?
Because you have Billy.
Billy is Ria's dog, not mine. I just steal her.
Every chance you get.
Yes. But I tell you what, if Ria was in the room, this dog would completely ignore me and be right at Ria's side. So she really is Ria's dog.
She's petting a dog down there.
To all of the
In
viewers
case
who
anybody's wondering what the hell
don't
she's doing
see.
over there.
Oh,
That's Billy.
so we have two viewers.
And Billy is deaf. Billy can't hear anything.
I teach her with sign language
Sign language is all that Billy knows.
and love.
Well,
Lots and loves.
you probably can't see it, but Billy has the most beautiful blue eyes.
They're very pretty girl.
Yep.
And one.
And she's my daughter's dog, not mine.
So earlier we were all having a discussion about just how horrible you two are behind the wheel of a car.
I don't think that's what we were discussing.
No, we
were
were not.
We were
No, because
discussing-
I'm not horrible. In all the years I've been driving, I've been in 2 major car accidents, and neither one of them were my fault.
How many
Because you
speeding
know, when
tickets?
I'm at a
How
stoplight,
many speed tickets? Moving violation. How many?
speeding tickets, 1.
Whoa. One?
1 speeding ticket.
How many
that-
times have you not been caught?
I don't speed.
That's not the point.
I actually don't speed.
Crystal, how many times have you gotten a speed ticket?
Twice in my entire driving career.
Well, that's pretty good
How the
considering
hell
how
is that
often
even
you.
possible?
That's what I'm thinking. She really does speed all the time.
Wow. You really? Only 2?
Only 2. I am very good at catching speed traps.
I got 3 from the same officer within an hour of each other.
I'm
just
not
have to-
surprised. For somebody who complains about my driving a lot, I think the record
I'm
speaks
just
for
saying.
itself.
But yeah, he was not impressed with me on ticket number 3.
I would not have been impressed with you on ticket number 2.
He wrote me the ticket for doing 105 on 405 outside of Seattle, and I
don't even speak
wadded
that
up the ticket, threw it on my floorboard, and peeled rubber, driving away. And then he pulled me over about 2 miles down the road, gave me another ticket, and was not happy with me.
You are so bad.
Yeah, I was young, dumb, and full of.
Oh, why? Why do you gotta?
Well,
You just start out.
Other
old
than
was
the
I?
young,
I
the rest
was-
of it still applies, right?
I don't even remember how old I was.
Well, you were in Seattle. We were out of you were out of high school, so early 20s.
Yeah, it was early 20s. She's married to Molly.
Mm-hmm. And that wasn't very long. So, because you were back here before you were. Mom's car accident happened when you were 23,
Hi,
and I
Shay.
think you came home when you were 25-ish. So
Yeah,
Between-
whatever. I was in early 20s.
between
Somewhere
19
there.
and
But yeah,
23,
I had
24.
a car that I just didn't care. It went fast, and I drove it fast. I did. It's the honest truth.
I don't like to speed.
And yet he complains about my driving.
You're a terrible driver.
I know people complain about my driving all the time, and I've been in 2 major car accidents, like I said, and neither one of them were my fault at all. Because when I'm at a red light, my foot's on the brake and I get hit from behind. It's really not my fault.
You weren't moving fast enough. You wouldn't have been hit from behind.
The red light kind of made me. And the other one, I was get head on. The other car was coming head on in my lane, so yeah, not my fault.
Yeah, I
tried to get out of the way, but there's not a lot of space I could go.
3 times I've gotten hit at a red light. Well, twice I got rear-ended at a red light. One time I got hit. It was like the slowest T-bone ever. I was at a red light, and I had just started going through the intersection, and I see this car coming at me, and I'm not going very fast. And he slows down, I slow down, and he's coming at me, and it's like, boop. And I just looked, and I rolled down the window, and I looked out, and I looked at this kid, and it was a kid.
Yeah.
Probably still in high school.
Yep.
And I looked at the kid, and I was like, really? Really? And he just, like, there's tears everywhere. It's like, oh my God, my dad's going to kill me. I'm like, don't worry about your dad. I'm going to kill you right now.
Well, the one that we got rear-ended in with my other truck, because she literally went under the truck and then bounced back and pulled down my bumper. That's about the only damage to the truck that she did. Totaled her car. Her grandparents, which, by the way, I don't agree with these people being able to have our information. I understand why they have to have our information, but her grandparents showed up at my doorstep later that evening. Not cool.
Yeah, that's
But they
weird.
weren't polite and they wanted to settle. They did because she just got her license back. Because that's how bad of a driver she was.
Yeah, the fact that they want to settle so that people don't that bothers me.
Why didn't you fix the truck?
I did.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Well, you didn't do it right.
I didn't. It was the shop that did it, not me.
I own that truck now,
Yes, he does.
and it's not fixed right.
That truck is 24 years old.
It's a little
FYI.
scary, isn't it?
Or how about the time that a garage, I won't name names because I don't want to get in trouble,
Oh, yeah.
told me, I think I had the truck 3 years.
She's so nice. I'm just like, name them.
I think I had the truck 3 years. It was a 5-year-old truck then. And a garage employee tried to tell me it needed a new engine. A new engine. Let's just say that truck is now his. It's 24 years old now and still has the same engine. Never had any problems with it.
Runs perfectly fine.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Yep. Dude.
Beast.
Yep.
Well, that was also the same truck. The same
Never
truck.
went back to that shop ever again.
She went to a tire shop and they forgot to put the lug nuts on correctly, and your wheel fell off.
Oh yeah, that
on
happened.
the freeway.
Yep, that happened. Well, I was coming off. It was loose on the freeway, and I was taking the exit. And as I was taking the exit, it got worse. And luckily, there's another street that I was able to turn onto. And by that time, the wheel had come off. Yep. Just with my toddler children in the vehicle.
That's scary. I've had that happen. I was riding with me and a couple of other people, and we had just come off the freeway there, and we were heading back into town. And one of the people we're riding with goes, I think there's something wrong with your tire. It feels weird back here. Pulled over, and the whole tire just fall off.
And I've had 2 blown tires driving my Denali and Yakima with a family in the vehicle. 75 miles per hour, because the speed limit's 70, not speeding. Blow a tire. But I got over to the shoulder without any problems. The husband refused to get out and put the spare on, so I had to sit there and wait for a tow truck to come and help us. Yep, that was fun. Then in Montana, in the Mercedes, blew a tire. That was even worse because don't ever have Sprint, which is now T-Mobile, because you have nothing in Montana.
I think Sprint's actually. I think T-Mobile has pretty good coverage in Montana.
Nope.
It's
God
worse.
no.
Nope.
Is it still bad?
Yep. Never. Nope.
You once you get into Montana from there all the way through, you might get like Billings and places like that.
Once you get somewhere where you
maybe you have no coverage.
Wi-Fi connection, you'll have some.
I thought that merger between the two was supposed to improve the coverage.
T-Mobile is worse than Sprint.
Huh.
And then the worst part about it is every year I was going to Montana to go trout fishing outside of the Lolo Forest, and 7 miles before I got to Lolo, there's no coverage. So I couldn't get a hold of the guide who was taking me fishing. And I'm like, I got to drive into town and look for a payphone.
Is that where you were at on 9/11?
No, I was up in like near Bellingham. We were up salmon fishing.
I remember I couldn't get a hold of you then either.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah, well,
I didn't
we
know it
were
was-
out in the ocean.
Yeah, Bill,
So-
Bill was gone fishing on a fishing trip, and I had gotten up that morning with Elizabeth, and the news wasn't saying anything.
No, they weren't. They made it sound. They made it when I was watching it because Darwin was at work. I was at home with the little ones, and he woke me up and he's like, "Turn on the news and look and tell me what's going on." And I did, and they made it sound like because of course they didn't know what was going on. They made it sound like a plane had just like lost control or something and hit the building. They didn't know at that exact moment that it was terrorist action.
The news coverage I saw when Elizabeth and I had gotten up, it was so the first thing I saw. I got up, I go to turn on Elizabeth's cartoons while I'm making her breakfast, and it's just this big headline: America under attack. And you know how news stations are always
Yeah, they're
hyperbolic,
idiots. By the
obvious-
way, media sucks. FYI.
Yeah, everything is some kind of an attack.
There's no
right?
real journalists anymore.
So I'm not really paying attention to it right off the bat. I'm just
Okay, sorry. He's a journalist, I guess.
like,
There's no journalists anymore. You suck.
I like real journalism. I do. It's just the media is horrible. They just want to. They twist the hate and the anger and the
well,
and
yeah.
the
just
headlines. The
Yeah.
headlines, they
misleading all the time. And for being, I wanted to be a journalist, and I'm immaculate. I try to be really good with my sentence, and I struggle because of my reading problem. And then I read these journalists today, and I'm like, what the hell? That's not even a proper sentence. Like, your information is not correct. Like,
that bothers me a
Oh!
lot. So
And
I
the-
see writing errors.
The one that gets me the most is when I try to read something and there are grammar errors in it or spelling errors. I'm like, does nobody own a proofreader, or you have
Right.
a proofreader or a program something?
Right. Now, with that said, I got a dyslexic child who is a phonetic speller, but those type, they know that they're horrible spellers, and they definitely use spell check and other things before they present their paperwork to anybody. So all you journalists and media people who can't spell, shame on you.
So anyway, so 9/11, they were really hyping it
so
up
I
on
wasn't-
9/11.
I wasn't paying a lot of attention because, and I understand it's an issue with journalism, and has been for a long time. They're trying to bring people in by using the
drama.
hyperbolic. Yeah. And honestly, it's partly our fault because it works. If it didn't work, they wouldn't do it. If we would stop responding to that behavior.
You know what gets me to read an article is I read it and I'm like, that doesn't make sense. And then I read the article to find out how they came up with that stupid head title.
Yeah.
Or,
So I turn the news on and I see
Headline.
this America under attack, and I'm just like, okay, what is it this time? Did
Yeah.
somebody release an album you didn't like or whatever? So I start getting breakfast ready, and then it clicks that this isn't. I didn't turn on the news. I turned on the channel Elizabeth used to watch for cartoons. So I'm like, this might actually be a thing because I'm not watching the news. Okay, so what's going on? So then I go, and now I'm not making breakfast anymore, and I'm watching TV, and this is all they say for the first maybe hour, right? Is that America is under attack. To me, that means there are foreign soldiers on our soil.
exactly.
Yeah, and given where we live, I'm especially concerned, right?
Right, because, nuclear plant.
So I'm like, okay, well,
Shay wants to let us know it's nice to hang out with my
thank you, Shay.
sister and my wife today. Yeah.
Thank
But-
you. Yeah, so I'm super concerned, right? So I'm trying to get a hold of Will. I'm like, I got to get a hold of him so he knows, right? Because I'm making plans, right? Because people are coming, right? I'm gonna get my ass kicked. So I got to get the kid. I got to get shit packed. I got to get the dogs. I got to get the guns. Got to throw it all in the truck. I got to haul ass to someplace where people aren't going to be blowing me up, right? And I'm trying to get a hold of Will. Can't get a hold of him. well, can't just fucking leave. Gotta go, LOL, put a fucking sticky note on the TV or something like that. Like, gotta have a better communication.
Soul sister.
Hi, soul sister. So I can't get a hold of Will because, he's out freaking fishing where there's
No cell service.
Yeah.
None.
So it was a huge moment of panic. It was awful. And then I've got Elizabeth packed up. I've got her dressed. I've got like a couple days worth of clothes like stuffed in the
You
bag.
never even called me.
What you do? Then
You could have ran away together. I had 2 kids at home. And dogs and guns too.
She'll call you next time.
I'll call you next time. So then they start actually giving information rather than just
Just being assholes.
Yeah. So it's still awful. Right. It's,
Well, yeah, of course
it's still horrible.
Just their output of the information.
Yeah, and it's still an attack, and it's still devastating. But now I get to come down. And, okay, all right.
They're not actually on our soil.
Yeah, no one's at least yet. But there's still
we didn't know that.
That's true. That's true. And it was such a point of anxiety because we do live in an area that is
right.
A potential target. And
I was out fishing in the ocean.
Right.
I'm 3 miles from Canada, and we pull into the dock there. One side of the inlet, where we pull into the docks, is Canada. This side, America. So we're pulling in at the dock on the American side, and we look out as we're pulling into dock parking lot, and then there's businesses across the street from the parking lot. People are freaking losing their minds. Cars, and this is in town. They are going 100 plus, and they're all heading towards the opposite direction. And we're like, oh, something going on in Canada. They're all going away from Canada. They're heading the opposite direction, like really fast. And we're like, well, I didn't want to go to Canada anyway. So we get the boat all docked and everything else, get everything off, get it in, loaded into the truck, get the trailer down, get the boat out of the water. And then we're like, none of us had eaten lunch, or breakfast, because we went out so early in the morning. We went out at 4 in the morning.
this is why I don't fish.
Yeah. But so we're like, well, there's a Denny's across the parking lot and across the street. We'll just go over to Denny's and get something to eat. And so we're walking over across the parking lot, and we're like, where the hell are all the other boats that were out there? When we were out in the ocean, we saw a lot of boats, and there are no boats. There's trucks there and trailers, but no boats. We're like, we figured a lot of people had gotten in earlier, but they hadn't. So we get across the street to Denny's. Sign on the door that says America under attack. Leave money on counter. Whole Denny's empty. We went inside and we're like, guess we ain't gonna get any food here. And Josh looks at me, he goes, fuck you, I'm making my own food. So he just went in the kitchen, started opening up cabinets and stuff like that, looking for food. He found like French fries and something else, and he just made like a burger and fries. And when we got done, there still wasn't anybody came in. We left the money right there on the counter. I think we left like $20 for the burger and fries for the 2 of us. I was just like, okay. So we started heading back to the hotel. I think we were staying at a Motel 6 or something like that. We couldn't get there. They had the road blocked off with those barricades.
Why?
Because I don't know, they didn't want people coming into town. They thought maybe that would stop the Rooskies or whoever was attacking us. I don't know. But
so all of a sudden you're back in the Cold War?
I guess. I don't know what the hell is going on. Nobody knew what was going on.
That's true.
I mean, they really thought that America was under attack that day. It was because you have to remember there's 2 planes that hit the Twin Towers. They tried to fly one into Pentagon. I mean, that one hit the Pentagon. One landed in a field. They didn't know what was going on anywhere. And when we finally got into back to the hotel and everything else, there was no gas stations that were open. Everything was closed in the area where you were. And they're like, we are actually putting in place a restriction on travel. If you wanted to go to Canada, you weren't going to Canada. The border was closed, and they wanted to let you know you were not coming into our country. What is Billy doing?
Probably
Trying to get out.
Loving the
Oh, no,
Cheetos
she's trying
shirt
to get
will.
back in.
Cheetos and
Wow.
7-Up bring back childhood memories. My mom's treat to me.
I was reading
That's
that
cool.
earlier. That's awesome. Yes.
I got this from
Yeah,
my mother-in-law. She gave me the shirt.
Yes, Soul Sister, we are talking about 9/11 and the initial bursts of
Panic. Or, in my case, not panic.
yeah, mine was. Hi, Billy.
Mellow day. But yeah, it was panic because remember I was also within my years of callback after leaving service. So we didn't know what the hell was going to happen. Josh was freaking out, and with the whole ride from there back here, it was supposed to be a 2-day trip coming back home. We were supposed to stop in Yakima to the guy who the charter the company was running it, and they were going to package up all of our fish for us, freeze dried, and not freeze dried, but freeze vacuum packet. We were supposed to bring the fish, from there when we went offshore to there. They were going to process it. We were going to pick it up, put it in the coolers, and then bring it back to work and then hand it out to whoever wanted fish. But it wasn't going to happen. Because everywhere we went, we couldn't get gas. We couldn't get anything.
I don't even
Everyone
remember.
was
Did you
losing their
even
goddamn minds.
bring fish back?
Huh?
Did you bring fish back?
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, you don't eat fish. So
I know, but I think
I
I remember
enjoyed it.
you cooking it because I think the smell of fish is nasty. Also, so.
I did not cook it in the house because you told me.
Well, that's right.
Oh my god, I love
cooked it
fish.
on the barbecue grill.
Fish
I
is,
didn't
Fish
cook
is
it all on the grill.
delicious.
fish is gross.
It was all salmon. Oh,
Shay was supposed to be at the World Trade Center that day, but broke foot. Doctor didn't clear me to fly.
wow.
Oh wow.
It's a good thing you weren't there, Shay.
Yep.
I haven't been back to New York since then. Well, before that, it's been quite a few years.
I've never been to New York. I've never been
Never?
further. But now that I got to go to the South, I have been to the South, but I haven't. I've been.
Yeah, you guys got to go visit Lego, didn't you?
Yes.
Ligo?
Alabama. Huntsville. I've been to.
Oh, no, I thought that was here.
Yeah, there's two.
But I've
There's
also been
Lego
down-
Why
here.
would you go all down Alabama to see it when there's one right here?
There's Lego Hanford,
Oh,
and then there's Lego in Louisiana,
oh, okay.
Oh, and New Orleans.
New Orleans. Yeah.
Is that as far south as you've ever been?
Yeah, New Orleans. Because I went from here to New Orleans, up to Ohio to Sandusky to the fair, the big giant amusement park, and then over to. We stopped in Chicago and then up to Minnesota to visit the family for a while. And then back. Oh, my daughter's calling me.
Oh, I was like, what is vibrating the table?
That's me.
I can't think. I know I've been to all 48 of the lower states.
Rhea and I counted it up because she wants to visit, my youngest daughter wants to visit all of the states. Hi, honey. What did you
Does
call
flying
for?
over them count?
No.
No.
I have auntie and uncles, and we're doing a live stream because they made me.
We made her.
It's okay. They made me.
Wow.
They made me be in the
Stick
live
with that.
stream.
But I mean, you've been to New York. You guys went to Niagara Falls.
I really enjoyed Niagara Falls more than I think I wanted to, because it's a giant falls and I could fall. No, I'm not a big fan of Indian food, and that seemed to be the primary food. It was either burgers, hot dogs, or Indian food. It was about the only thing that we could find until we started exploring
Well,
the city.
Just tell
And
her
the farther
you'll
away
be
from
there.
the tourist areas we
'cause
got,
Lucy keeps telling me we're not going
that
there
pub. We found an Irish pub.
So I'll text
we
Shelby and
found,
find out what's
Chinese
up.
restaurant. But I'm not even kidding. We saw like 3
Right.
Indian restaurants.
If
Two of
Shelby's
them
still
right next
willing
to
to
each other.
ride,
One
I'll
block was
go
Indian
meet
restaurant,
her.
Indian restaurant, and then a couple businesses
But
down.
the Windsor's
another
supposed to be really
Indian
nasty.
restaurant.
So
And
okay, I'll text Shelby. Okay, love you, bye. Sorry.
We're having 3 different conversations here at the same time. Crystal's trying to talk. They're trying to listen. I'm listening to you. She's talking. It's on the phone.
hey, life
Wait,
happens,
wait till
especially
we
when you
think
got
happening here.
kids.
I can't keep up with anything. No, so you said you went to New York.
Yes, I went to New York.
Okay.
How you're like an interviewer, like you weren't the one who took me to the like, bye, see ya, drop me off at the airport. You know,
Well, I
you're
didn't know
like,
where you're
so
going.
we went to New
You
York,
say you were going to New York. You guys could have been in Las Vegas for
we
all I
sent
care.
pictures.
Right. Stop. Pictures of water. Yeah, that really told me you were in New York.
Oh my god, we put pictures.
It
of
went down to the
falls.
river right here and took pictures of
Yeah,
water.
there's a definite difference between
Is there?
Niagara Falls and the
Is there?
river down there. So even Billy agrees. Billy's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Now,
Sorry.
yeah, of all the places that you've been
Yes.
in your travels, your worldly travels, where would you say you would like to go back to again?
Oh, that's hard.
Okay, Crystal, same question. If you know, in all your worldly travels, yeah, but in all the places that you've been, where would you like to go back to again?
Where would I like to go back to again? I think honestly that's going to depend. To go back to visit or go back to stay.
Either or.
Because
Just pick a place.
of all the places I've been, I think you know that my grandparents' farm, or I guess my mom's farm now, since both of my grandparents have passed away, is where I would like to end up to spend my golden years.
Yeah, well, if that happens, you're going to be divorced.
I know.
Because I'm
It's
not
a
going
beautiful place. There's trees that belong there. It's not like this desert where all the trees were brought in from somebody else and artificially sustained. Like the trees belong there. That's where the trees go. They go there. The trees do.
there. Have you thought of a place yet, Dawn?
Just for vacation?
Vacation, stay, either or.
Well, it's been a long time since I've been back to the Philippines, but I'm not really sure I'm about that. I love it there. The mountains and the family are really, really awesome, and I miss them. But I
You
don't
were
know.
telling me about driving in the Philippines.
I will not drive in the Philippines. No, you have a driver, but I will not drive in the Philippines. Nope, nope, nope.
I
Things
think
are-
Darwin was telling me that people just make lanes.
Yes,
Just like, is there a
yes.
spot where I can fit my car? I'm
Yes,
going.
they do. They just if something can squeeze between something, they will do it.
It's
And
terrifying
And
to me.
if the opposite lane is open, they will take it, go in the opposite direction in the opposite lane. So that's just as terrifying. And then some of the mountain roads, because we went up into the mountains, some of the mountain roads, are washed out, and can barely fit a vehicle, and you're talking a big truck going up the mountain, and part of the road is bad, but you make it anyways.
So, if you could go back to one place, vacation or to live, you'd pick the Philippines?
Oh, I would pick the Philippines to vacation but not live, just because this is home and my children are here forever and always. And there's a lot of the United States that I haven't explored because there's so much of it is so beautiful and so much culture and just history. I guess, maybe not so much culture.
No,
like-
I think
Culture.
there's disparate. There's unique culture in the U.S. from region to region. I think people, I think you touched on something important there. We're a huge country, and we've got a lot of local
Yeah.
culture.
Like New Orleans, when we went to New Orleans, the kids, we were eating, and the kids absolutely loved the food, and they said it reminded them of eating Filipino food, which they have all the time at home, and they really enjoyed it. And it's just funny because it's more Cajun French in New Orleans than Filipino, but either way, it was really cool, and I love New Orleans, although my son said he'll never go back because of the humidity, which is way worse than Minnesota, which is where I'm originally from. We are. So, yeah, he didn't appreciate the humidity there.
Pretty bad.
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I liked the overall experience. But driving through Kentucky, that country is so beautiful. And I didn't really get to explore it as much because we were we were trying to get from place to place. But Kentucky was really beautiful. And I know it's horse country, so that makes it even happier. Montana's gorgeous because of the mountains. Idaho. Love the Oregon coast because of I love the ocean. And I like I just like it. Not a fan of
So what
California.
I'm gathering from my sister is
I don't want to settle anywhere. I want
Right.
to travel.
She can't find one place.
No, I find something
On
beautiful everywhere
9/11,
I go.
Shay was at home resting her foot and was glued to the TV because obviously she broke her foot. If I could pick one place that I could go on vacation or to stay forever, I'm going to go back to Prescott, Wisconsin, where I really am from. I don't know where you're from. She's from Minnesota.
Soul Sister ate my weight in shrimp in Louisiana.
Shrimp is the best.
Oh God, you people with your seafood, your land mammal, eat other land mammals.
So cannibalism?
No.
Well, that's what you
Or
said.
maybe.
Yeah, you just said. I don't know what's going to happen to me. Do I dare sleep at night?
No, you shouldn't. And the catfish. Honestly, you shouldn't sleep at night. So, Taco has started taking his toys to bed, and
Look, Shay, you actually found this little shrimpy.
oh, there is a little. That is
That is so
awesome.
cool.
It's cool.
I didn't know there was a shrimpy. Oh my god, I never had before. There is amazing
What?
shrimp.
Oh,
Never
yes.
had shrimp.
So
before until
Taco has started
Louisiana.
taking
Oh.
his
Your
toys
weekend
to
trip.
bed, right? And because I can't get him to sleep in his own bed, and he still sleeps in our bed. I'll even like take him into his room. I'll be like, "Hey, bud, look, it's your bed. All for you. All for the tiny man. Let's go night." You know, like all super excited and everything. And he'll get in bed and he'll pull up the covers and I'll be like, "Okay, I'm done." And then he'll get out and he'll get in my bed. I'm like, all right. So Bill, all joking aside, really shouldn't just go to bed because Taco likes to line his toys up on Bill's side of the bed. He took all of his Nerf guns. His little arms were just as he pulled his all upstairs, and he lined them up in 2 rows on Bill's side of the bed, and then he pulled the blanket up over them, and then he got in bed.
Have you ever had catfish? Dawn?
Yes, and I do not like catfish.
Well, I know Crystal hasn't because she doesn't like anything that comes out of the water.
Hey, I've clearly had fish. How else would I know that it's nasty?
I think what you're comparing, and when you say, you had fish, you can't say, well, comparing like, a Gordon's fish stick to, a perfectly cooked piece of salmon. One's over here on the spectrum and one is way over here.
Hey,
You just haven't had.
the baby
good
likes his
seafood.
Gordon's fish sticks.
Huh?
The baby likes his Gordon's fish
He
sticks.
does. My son absolutely loves Gordon fish sticks. He will not eat any other brand. I've bought other brands of fish sticks. He won't eat them. He tries them. And he doesn't like the breading on them. Doesn't like the texture of them. Doesn't have something about it. He just like. And I've bought Pollock and Pollock. 2 different brands, and I put them on a plate. He's gone through and he has eaten every one of the Gordons and he has left all the rest. I'm like, how did you know? He's only 4. He's only this many.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be 5 soon.
I know.
Yes, actually, he is. Other people have birthdays before him, though.
Who?
Like your daughter.
She does?
Oh yeah, we've been messing with her about that.
And my daughter.
She was like, "Do you know something that happens in April, Mom?
No.
Do you know?" And I was
No.
like, "I think, isn't Naya's birthday in April?"
We did that to her yesterday. She's like, she sends us an email of list of things that she wants for her birthday.
Yeah.
These are the approved items I want for
Have
my
you?
birthday.
You've also gotten the email, haven't you?
I
The
not
PDF.
She
I
sends a
will.
PDF with links.
smart child. Smart child.
Yeah, but she knows she isn't going to get everything on her list, but it's kind of like here's what I want. Just don't
It's
be
nice.
a fool and not get me.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. My youngest daughter keeps asking for an air fryer for Christmas and or her birthday, and I told her, no, I'm not buying that for your birthday. Or no.
Air fryer.
Exactly.
Mhm.
I don't buy that shit for people's
Yep.
unless it's a
With links.
housewarming gift or a wedding gift. That's an air fryer. Otherwise, if you need something for your house and I'm the parent, I probably just randomly buy it for you.
Fair.
Oh,
It's
That's
not
fair.
a gift.
I thought you said your youngest daughter.
Yes, she wants to move out when she's 18. So she wants to
She's
take
going to
with
last
her.
that long?
Probably because she knows how to melt my heart, even though she's little poop sometimes.
I figured she would have left last month.
No,
Moved out.
no,
Bye, Mom. Gotta go.
no. She's not 18, so she can't.
Well, whether or not she can do something or is
Well,
going
this
to, I
is
think
true.
we've established
So
that
she
you-
can.
Yeah, we have
She
established that.
But she also knows legally she can't.
Your
Because
youngest is rather
I-
willful.
Yes, but she also knows that I'm very stubborn
Yep.
and willful and will sick people on her. So she's not 18.
I fully expect to. I fully expect that Rhea is going to do very good things.
I really hope so because she's got a good plan, but whether she follows through, because let's see here, she's changed her plans many times.
Yeah, that's what being young is for. It's for
Yes,
making
I'm
plans
just
and-
saying, many times she's changed her plans, and I don't want her to have the wrong influence because I think sometimes one particular friend of hers is very gives wrong influence often.
Mm.
I think this person is jealous of the things that she has, so she directs her in the wrong way. But my child is smart and she'll figure it out. So we all have that. There's always somebody misleading us in one direction or another. Crystal.
What?
You're a bad influence.
Totally joking. Totally joking.
Let's just get it out there on the table. You are a
What's that
terrible
about?
influence. Look what you have done in your entire life. You've talked people into a lot of bad things.
Yeah,
Like what?
just everything.
Well, I'm going to have to, for myself, I'm
Well,
going to have to
you're-
say
you're
this
self-
house.
That doesn't
This
count.
house is amazing.
Ah,
You shut
no,
up. I
no.
love
Whatever
this
he
house.
says doesn't count. We're good. We're good.
He likes to say that I didn't tell that I just bought this house without talking to him, and that's not at all what happened.
No, she showed me a video.
He wasn't able to come to the first showing, so we did do a video walkthrough where we narrated everything to him and we showed him everything.
I have the video saved. I will show it to you. You never showed me the garage.
We did too.
You showed me the outside in the driveway, and then when you went back in.
It's a nice garage. Why are you
And
complaining?
by the way, I looked at it again. He did swap out the appliances.
We knew he
Those are
swapped
not
out.
well, not when I moved in. Those are not the appliances that were in the.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say so in the contract we had asked for the appliances to stay, and they had agreed to it, right? And I kind of thought that it went without saying that I wouldn't have to specify the appliances that are currently in the building, but when we moved in, the appliances that had been in here when we had looked at the place were not the appliances that were in
Dishwasher,
there.
stove, and refrigerator
Are all
those,
different.
All three of them are different. None of them match, and they're not the ones that were in the when she did her walkthrough and made the video. Those are not the appliances that we got when we actually bought the house.
And so we get everything moved in, obviously, we got all of our stuff, and then we're like, oh, is this the stove that I don't think it's the stove.
Nope.
Is this the fridge? I don't think it's the fridge.
The fridge, the dishwasher, and the stove were all stainless steel.
Yeah, so at first we're just like,
I'm like, this is not it.
maybe I'm just remembering it wrong. It's not a bad fridge. We did replace it because it was kind of a POS, but
Yeah.
it wasn't bad. It kept the food cool, but it wasn't what we had looked at. And I was thinking that I had remembered it incorrectly for a while, but it is a little shady. Yes, Soul Sister, it is a little shady. I was
Yeah,
a little
but
bit
like you said, you didn't. It was shady on their part, but
Yeah.
you didn't specify.
yeah, I didn't
And it
specify.
could be a miscommunication between the realtor and the homeowner.
Well, like I said,
because
it was
realtors-
specified in the contract, and I didn't think to say the ones that are currently in there.
And
I
you shouldn't-
just figured it would be.
You shouldn't have to.
should have been known without.
Mhm.
And yeah, they did some stuff that I didn't expect. Like they left the hot tub,
Oh yeah.
which I expected them to take, and they took the arbor, which I expected them to leave because it was really nice and I liked it a lot. And it was this wrought iron; it was really cool. And then we moved in, and I was like, "Aw, I liked it." But apparently, moving a hot tub is a huge pain in the ass. And
Yes.
a
You're
lot-
not moving that one. That one's bolted down to the concrete. They poured that concrete pad and bolted it down. So in order to get that hot tub out of there, you're going to have to disassemble the entire hot tub.
Well, so that's why if we want to get rid of the hot tub, what we do is we just say, "Hey, free hot tub, you move," and
like
it's somebody else's
when
responsibility.
When you told me Andy wanted it, I'm like, "Come knock yourself out, take it."
No, we never use it. You know, it's just
it's been sitting there.
You know, when I went to Carson Hot Springs and enjoyed the hot tub out on the patio, it was so nice, snow falling. Anyways, we're like, he said we should get one at home. I'm like, no, we shouldn't. Well, and nothing against people with hot tubs, because I really enjoyed it. And I ride horses and I'm on my feet all day at work, so soaking in hot water is really nice. But one, if we put it in the backyard, the one neighbor's kind of creepy and is always looking and nose is stuck in our business, and we'd have to put up a privacy thing, which is more money. Not to mention, it gets really hot in the summer, and I'm not a fan of getting in hot water when the air is hot.
yeah.
I'd rather take a hot bath in the house where the temperature I could set at. And
this is a ones that are here is a jacuzzi hot tub, and it does have the ability to cool the water.
But the point.
But back to what you were saying, you went to a hot springs and then got a motel with a hot tub.
Yeah, because it was winter.
Why don't you just go to the hot springs?
Because to hike to it through I don't know how many feet of snow. No.
I would have enjoyed that.
No.
Oh, okay. In Louisiana, they make them cold tubs in the summer.
I could do that. See, I could
one
totally
we have
do
out
that.
here that we never use.
But
It has that ability to do
the
it.
whole point of the hot water, and I put salt in it, is to soak my aching body, and it helps. So
Does it?
So my
yes.
my uncle is a mountain man, and he's got several acres up literally on the side of a mountain, and he built, because it's a lot of acres. I don't know if you've ever seen my uncle's property.
I seen GPA's, but I don't think
It's close to there.
Yeah, it's pretty close. It's up on the mountain, but it's really secluded. You know, it's gravel, dirt all the way up. You know, and like I said, it's on a mountain, trees that belong there. And
yes, I like the flora and fauna that's natural to the area.
He built a platform that he put a tub out on, so he could take his baths outside, right? And he could enjoy a nice hot bath outside, surrounded, by nature. Well, he's telling me he's got this big tree and it's perfect and it's shady, whatever. And he's out there, he's having the hot bath, and it's wintertime, and he's like, "Oh, this is great. This is a really good idea." Well, he's not thinking about the fact that it snows, right? It snows a shit ton up there, and all the steam
In
is
the mountains.
yeah, in the mountains.
Who would have thought?
And the steam is drifting up, and it's starting to loosen all that snow.
Snow is above him.
Yeah, so he's like partway through his bath, and he just gets a lap full of snow just straight off the tree.
That's awesome. That is really awesome.
So I was going to answer this. Kate, 4 Big Little Voices. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Yeah, the hot tub that we have out here, I don't know the brand of it.
Bye, Shay. Have a good day at work.
I don't know the brand of it though, but if you guys want to keep on talking, I'll go out there and look at what brand it is.
Well, I actually have to go.
To let her know. So
I have to go.
Well, I guess this is it. We're done. That's it. There goes the channel.
You don't have
Bye.
to.
It's so dramatic.
Yeah, drama much. And I'm the girl, and he's the boy. Yeah, drama much.
Yeah, you have to go home and hang out with your mother.
No, actually,
That was mean.
I'm going to ride my horse in this wind with another friend. So I'm leaving y'all to go ride my horse.
Y'all?
Yeah, y'all.
Y'all?
I'm leaving you because I had plans to ride.
Why'd you come over again?
Because you were supposed to make me breakfast.
Oh, no, her.
Hmm.
She's supposed to make you breakfast. She didn't make me breakfast.
I don't even make myself breakfast.
Yeah, I know.
We're all starving now. Look at what you've done.
I didn't say I was starving.
All right. Well, I guess we will sign off then. Where's our camera at again?
Over there.
There we are.
Sorry,
All
Al.
right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I think this live stream actually went better than our last one because it looks like our connection stayed up the whole time. And
That's a bonus right there.
everybody has a great Sunday. Bye.
Bye.
Say goodbye, Will.
Say goodbye, Will.